What we do with clients that I think a lot of law firms wouldn't even consider, again, I think it comes to one word, and that is effort, because it is very hard and taxing on a law firm, but I think it is just absolutely essential if you are going to be helping clients through one of the hardest experiences that they've had to go through. That is to make the experience as seamless and easy as possible. For example, let's just talk about getting to the doctor. How do you get to the doctor if you were just in a wreck and you don't have a car? Good question. Are you going to pay for the Uber? That kind of gets pretty expensive after a while. What if there's not Uber in your rural community? How are you going to get there? Ask a friend for a ride on that particular day and hope they don't cancel? We provide rides no matter where a person is located. We will coordinate the Uber. We have a driving company that we will send drivers to someone's home and get them there safely. We will also provide gas cards to our client if they prefer to drive themselves, or we will compensate their friends and family for driving them. That's one simple thing that we do. Also, we handle property damage. Did you know 90% of personal injury law firms will not touch your property damage claim? Do you want to know why? They don't want to deal with your property damage because you can't charge for it. Well, we don't charge for it. We do it as a courtesy for all of our clients. So we help them get the best value for their car. If it's a total loss, we help with the repair and with coordinating all those calls with the property damage adjuster, because I can tell you from my own experience, we had a damaged van recently. The storm crinkled up the top of our van. I am a personal injury lawyer with 20 years of experience, and I have to tell you, it was the biggest headache. I had to escalate it to a senior adjuster just to get the value for the van and have it repaired the way it was supposed to be. It's not as easy as you think, but most lawyers don't want to touch it because they don't get a percentage of your property damage claim. Again, we do that as a courtesy. We have folks in our office who are dedicated just for that purpose. How do you pursue a personal injury claim if you can't work because you're injured, but you still have bills to pay? How does that work? Well, again, we do provide pre-settlement funding. Most firms will not deal with that because it's also another headache. We do it as a courtesy to our clients because they need to be able to pursue their personal injury claim without the financial stress that they're under. And it is hard to do that if you no longer have a job, or if you've had to cut your hours, or if you have to pay for other people to help you do your job, whether you're a stay-at-home mom or you own your own company. We understand all of these headaches because, as we know it, the way I see it, life is hard on its own without a car wreck, without a tragedy. What do we do after a tragedy to help change the story? I can't change that it happened, but I hope that we can change the ending of that story for every single client. I'll give you some examples of other times where we have gone beyond and above for some clients. And I would do it for any client that was in any situation. But a recent example, we had a young girl who was pregnant with twins, and she was a passenger in a car that was T-boned, and it was completely totaled. In fact, she fell out of the car onto the concrete. Can you even imagine? She was 7 months pregnant with twins. What if I were to tell you she was also homeless? This young teenage mom was homeless, and she was in a cycle of poverty. She had no parents who were there to help her, no siblings, no support group. And in talking to her about when she was about to deliver her babies, she was just going to show up at a hospital. Can you even imagine? She did not have car seats. She didn't have a crib. What we were able to do is find support groups for her. We showered her with all sorts of wonderful things for her babies. We found her housing. We got her set up. We were able to help her with the opportunity of a car wreck case. We were able to help her transform her life. And now her babies are now 2 years old. They are healthy. She is doing great, and she has a full-time job, and she is well on her way to a changed life. So it is not just about a car wreck. It is about transforming lives and building relationships and connections. Another example, we had a gentleman who was hit by an 18-wheeler. It was a clear liability case. It totaled his car. At the time that he came to us for help, he was also battling with a serious drug addiction. I saw the opportunity in his case, but I also saw the danger in him getting a settlement for his own life and his own safety. And so we were able to have those hard conversations with him about sobriety and whether or not he was going to be able to handle a settlement without losing his life to drugs. Before he got his settlement, we were able to help him get into a rehab, find a sponsor, get into a 12-step group. And not only has he been sober before his settlement came through, he also has now started his own ministry. And he is married. He is reconciled with his children, and he has started a ministry helping other people battling addiction. We are so proud that he is also part of our McKay Law family. These are examples that this is not just a job, this is a purpose. All of the people we get to represent are God's people. I don't get to pick them, God picks them, and that is our opportunity to work with them and service them in any way we can. That's how we help our clients to a better ending to the story. And so, yes, it takes tremendous effort. It takes a lot of helping hands, but when you know you're doing it for a greater purpose than just dollars and bills, it is so meaningful. You don't even realize that you're making as many efforts as you are. It's just part of the job. It's just what we do. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this was helpful. Please subscribe to our channel, and we will see you again soon.